What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I have with me a 2018 Mitsubishi Mirage G4. We're going to be doing an oil change service on this and topping off the washer solvent. Now, these steps can apply to almost any vehicle as far as an oil change and the washer solvent go. It varies a little differently, so you want to Google some of the information to double check as far as what filter you're going to need, oil type, and what size wrench for taking the drain pan plug off. But without any further ado, let's get introed into this and we'll get it going. Alright guys, so right up under the vehicle is your oil pan. You got your drain plug right here, and then you're going to come up and facing up towards the radiator. You see the radiator hose right there, and you can see, let's see if I can point to it better, there we go. Right there is the oil filter. So we are going to start by removing the drain plug, let it drain, and then we are going to reach up, take out the oil filter, let that drain completely as well. Once that is done, we will wipe it up. I definitely recommend having a rag, towel, or paper towels, anything of the sort to clean up. So let's go ahead and get going with that. Heading back up top, first thing I like to do is undo the oil cap and then sit it on top, kind of venting the whole system, that way it drains a lot smoother and quicker. And again, before we get going, we're just going to top off this washer solvent. So, going to pop the top, fill her up, and then we'll get started with this oil change. Either grabbing a 17mm wrench or an adjustable wrench, we're going to make our way back to the oil drain pan, get the plug wrenched off, take it out, and we're going to go ahead and drain all that old oil into our oil catch pan that we have. Try not to make too much of a mess, but sometimes that is inevitable, so just be ready to wipe it up if you need to. And look at that, nice and clean pull away there. So now that that's off, we're going to go ahead and let it drain for a couple minutes, which I have. Going to jump forward, just going to screw it back on tight enough, wipe up the excess so it's not dripping everywhere. We're going to scoot our pan up, make our way up to that oil filter and get that filter off so we can get that draining as well. Once we've got that filter off, going to turn it upside down and set it in our catch pan, move the pan back a bit, and then we'll go ahead and undo that drain pan plug again, let the whole system completely clear out, and we'll come back to it when it's good. Now this step I'm doing right here is by no means necessary, but I like to flush a little fresh oil through the system, make sure it's good and clean. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and get this fresh filter opened up, get it filled up a little bit, and get going. Once we've got the new filter ready, it's time to hop back underneath, try and work our way up to the mounting point with the new filter. You're going to want to feel around for the threads and try your best to get it fit on there. Took me a good 4 minutes trying to work its way on there, but once you do, make sure it's not cross-threaded. Start slowly, and then you'll just want to crank it on by hand. Some people will use like a filter wrench. Really not the most necessary thing, but if you want to be as I guess, correct as possible. You can use that, just make sure it's tight and you're good to go. With the filter done, time to head back with the drain pan plug and your wrench, tighten that on, and it's time to finish it up. With the new filter on and all the old oil out, it's time to get the system filled up with some fresh, clean oil. So ideally for this step, you would want a funnel. Obviously, as you guys can tell, I didn't have one on hand, otherwise I would have used it. So, made a little mess. But you're going to want to fill the system up a good bit, maybe 2 quarts. Pull the dipstick out, check your level, and fill it up. For this model, it's 3.2 quarts. You'll just want to check it as you go. And for any other vehicle, obviously Google, check your capacity and fill it up as such. With all that done, go ahead and wipe up all the excess mess, tighten the cap, and we are done. Now for the ultimate last and final step, we're going to be clearing that pesky little oil service code. And for this, unfortunately, for some reason, the video I took did not save. But all this is going to consist of is a little button combination with the odometer selector or the trip selector. You're going to cycle through until you get to the code, press and hold, and then clear. I'm sorry this didn't save. I'll leave a couple videos I can find linked in the description below. And for any other vehicle, this step is going to vary slightly, but for the most part, any clearing of the service code is going to involve cycling through with the trip selector and then just pressing and holding, and however that works for whichever model. Again, Google it, but once you do that, it'll reset the oil life and you'll be good to go from there. And that is going to be how you change your oil on your 2018 Mitsubishi Mirage G4 or just about any vehicle with similar steps. Just again, make sure to Google how else to do it if anything is different. But with that being said, thank you all so much for checking this out. I hope it was helpful to you, and we have a lot more coming out soon, so check out the rest of the channel in case you've missed something. Hop over to my social links, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.